Hello and welcome to Question Time. Tonight's topic is the use of peer tutoring as a pedagogical approach in primary schools.
Peer tutoring is a strategy of teaching that involves children working together, typically with a high retaining student and a low retaining student being placed together.
The intention of this is that the high retaining student will assist their peer, helping with their work, being on hand to answer any questions their partner may have, as well as modelling appropriate behaviour and encouraging better study habits.
With me today are 4 trainee teachers from the University of Reading. Discussing the benefits of peer tutoring are
Charlie and Caitlin.
And challenging these views are
Molly
And Ella. Hi Jay, thanks for having us.
most welcome. Kicking us off, we have Charlie's views.
To teach is to learn twice. The National Education Society reminds us of this well-known saying. They believe that peer tutoring is a great opportunity for children to learn from each other.
It's also been argued that peer tutoring is good for children because it allows them to work for each other, which they find enjoyable, as well as boosting their confidence.
That may be the case, Caitlin, but understandably, some children just won't feel confident with their peers reading their work and judging them, especially children with low social abilities.
Exactly, and when peer tutoring was used in schools, although attainment did sometimes improve, there were barely any improvements to the behaviour of the pupils, and the attendance of the mentors declined significantly.
A peer tutoring reading activity was carried out in a primary school in Fife. Children were actually provided with strategies to overcome those kind of difficulties, and it really did prove to be a success.
Children realised how reading could be used for pleasure, as well as having them take ownership over their work.
Great insight from Caitlin there. Good use of a study to back up her point.
Actually, we have 2 studies based upon peer tutoring, which conclude that this as a technique doesn't actually have any impact on reading or maths. Therefore, it's frankly inconclusive, unreliable and irrelevant.
I'm with you, Molly, as well. Results from the Education Endowment Foundation contrast with your research, guys, as EEF evaluations of paired reading and the Durham Shared Maths project say that neither of these projects have any impact on a child's attainment.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It can be difficult to use within maths due to the different abilities and techniques within the class. It can make it harder for the high retaining pupils to actually adapt to that.
Yes, but do pupils not learn in different ways in all subjects?
Moving on, we've heard a lot about the impact of peer tutoring for the students, but how does this affect the teachers?
We actually found a study about this that showed that it reduces the teacher's workload, as well as helping with classroom management, and it can easily be incorporated in a curriculum.
Peer tutoring actually takes a lot of time to set up and organise for the teachers, so it would actually increase their workload a lot and take a lot of time out of their schedule.
We interviewed local teachers to see the impact peer tutoring has in their classrooms.
Tutoring, okay, so students get a first-hand experience of working with a fellow student, and they get to share their experiences, which I find is very beneficial for them, because it's not coming from a teacher always telling you what to do, but they can share the same challenges. Because it's the same challenges, they can share, they have a common way of tackling it. The drawbacks of peer tutoring is the lack of knowledge, because not all students know everything, and that always will be a disadvantage, because the lack of knowledge kind of inhibits and it limits how far they can go in helping their fellow student.
Because he spoke about peer tutoring by describing the zone of proximal development as the distance between what pupils will be able to achieve on their own versus what they'll be able to achieve with the support of teachers or more knowledgeable others.
Yeah, and this collaborative work is also mentioned in the national curriculum, and they state that children must participate actively in collaborative conversations. So Carol and Alexander actually say that peer tutoring allows children to make mistakes and improvements within a safe and secure setting, and it's less daunting than having to approach the teacher.
Yeah, but the teacher's there for support. How are we going to reach Teacher Standard 6 if the teacher can't even assess the children's progress?
Also, surely children have misconceptions as well, so they aren't exactly fit to teach their peers effectively or take the role as a teacher.
But how would this help those EAL children? Surely this would separate them further from the class.
A study has actually shown that peer tutoring can help new students and those with little English to integrate, as it helps them to socialise more successfully into the mainstream school culture.
We're almost out of time. After hearing a great variety of points from each side, we have time to address one question from a viewer at home. Barry, head teacher from Chester, tweets in, I enjoyed hearing the pros and cons about using peer tutoring. However, what advice can you offer for those who choose to adopt the strategy in the classroom?
The most suitable arrangement is for the whole class to act as tutors for one another.
It is also important that the tutor has an understanding of the topic they are going to teach. Here is an example classroom plan that could be used for a peer tutoring session. This layout enables children to have more in-depth conversations with their tutor without distractions from other peers.
We hope you've enjoyed tonight's programme. For more information, check out our website. Link is on your screens now. See you same time, same place next week.